Welcome to the Bell Sports Complex, home of the Division B Flag Plus Football Finals Championship matchup between the Silent Ticklers and the Moretti Crime Family. I'm Brent, Bodkin. I am joined on the broadcast by my broadcast partner, GM Kolethras. GM, the smoke is cleared. The dust is
settled.
Dust is settled. Thank you. I'm trying to say the dust is settled. The smoke is cleared. These two teams are doing battle for the championship. What kind of game should we be expecting here?
This is going to be a high-scoring game, to say the least. Unless this game takes a turn and we see a couple of big interceptions that change the course of the game, I would not be surprised to see this game go for a combined 60, 65, 70 points. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Okay, so I got to ask you, for you, what are two keys for the Moretti Crime Family to get the W here tonight?
Slowing down the clock, reducing the amount of time that the Silent Ticklers have on offense, because they're a team that can air it out, they'll score at will, and a lot of the keys to success for Moretti Crime Family also has to do with just marching the ball down the field. They led all of Division B in first down attempts as well by a wide margin. And funnily enough, Silent Ticklers are near the bottom with some of the fewest because of the frequency that they air it out and the weapons that they have on offense as well.
Okay, and actually for the other side, for the Silent Ticklers, what do they have to do to ensure they get the W?
Frustrate Joey Taylor, get them in those like third down, fourth down, make them try and convert those tough plays, and just like maybe get an interception or two. Like Joey's been lights out throughout the season, over 70% completion percentage, and just like wildly efficient.
And I'll ask you finally, who are you picking and why?
Silent Ticklers are my guys, so I've got to go with that for now. As frustrating as it'll be to be wrong when Moretti Crime Family, and if they hoist that championship, but I got to support my guys.
So the Moretti Crime Family, MCF, if you will, starting out on offense in this contest. The game has been whistled in, and here we go. Don Benevento with the snap. Number 5, number 97, Joey Taylor waiting to get it, and he gets it. He goes to his left. He's going deep. First play of the game. Joe Malkin open. And that pass looked like a wobbling duck. That was Justin Lerner open on the left-hand side.
Yeah, just a little bit too far to the sidelines. That was there as well. Interesting, you mentioned Don Benevento at snap. I've been used to seeing Gab Wiseman play the center position. They've kind of shuffled around who they have. I guess they like the matchups right now. We're going to see as this goes on if he's able to hit different guys the way he usually does. But first incompletion so far.
So 0 for 1. Just going to center the ball now. Wiseman, who didn't suit up in her semifinal matchup, he had a calf injury. Here's a pass to Rocco Cristiano. Cristiano with a nice grab as Taylor was rolling to his right, throwing back to his left.
Rocco Cristiano is someone who doesn't have as much press as some of the other guys, not as familiar an FPF name, but will definitely be a key to success for Moretti Crime Family as Joey Taylor goes through his progressions as he's looking across the field. That's going to be someone whose name we hear is like a safety outlet.
So I can confirm that Gab Wiseman is here, number 24. He's on the sideline right now, so I guess he'll have more of a defensive role for this contest again with Benevento, the self-proclaimed best snapper in FPF. At the snap position. Here's a catch by Lerner. Broke one tackle, but not a second. Will it be enough for the first down? Yes, it is.
You saw Joey go through his reads there. I think Don Benevento was that first read in the middle. That wasn't there. He looked back to his left, and Lerner does what he does best. Just kind of like brought the ball in, made a contested catch, and just took it up for that first down.
So 1st and 10 now, just past midfield for Joey Taylor in his offense. Taylor goes to his right. He has a man open on a hook. That's Cristiano. He's deflagged right away.
Yeah, Vincent Dagenet with the tackle there. Great read. It looks like he had the instinct to try and shoot that route and was just like a half step too late on it. Yeah, there's, as we mentioned, Rocco Cristiano with just like a quick hook there. We'll see Joey just march down the field right now, slowing down the clock a little bit in the huddle.
So Taylor now waiting for the snap. He gets it. He looks to his left. He goes there. Oh, and that pass almost picked off. Nice catch by Benevento. It's tackled though right away.
Yeah, Dan Mancini there looking to shoot that route. Instead, still gets the tackle as well. So as dangerous as it would have been to let that catch go if Dom was going up the field along the sidelines, not getting the interception, but Mancini is still there to get the tackle and minimize the damage.
So a dangerous pass there by Taylor. But luckily for MCF,
I like this matchup right now between Brandon Elward and Adam Rosen. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, Rosen has been a superstar defensively. Pass over the middle. Touchdown, Cristiano. Nice throw there by Taylor. A blown coverage perhaps by the Silent Ticklers leads to a 6-0 lead early here for the Moretti Crime Family.
Yeah, Rocco Cristiano wasn't one of the offensive leaders for Moretti Crime Family, but he has been steady for Joey when he has needed him. On 11 targets, that's been 10 receptions and 3 touchdowns in the regular season. Huge play here in the playoffs to start on the opening drive. And if you notice here, guys are moving around now. I think they see matchups that they like. Rocco's been moved to the left slot, and Brandon Alward is on that right wideout position, pre-snap changes.
So the MCF going for 2. Let's see if they can get it. Fake pass back to Cristiano up, passes over the hands of Benevento. So 6-0 lead still for the Moretti Crime Family.
Tight window there. Adam Rosen just closing in on that route. It had to be perfect, and Dom had to come down with the catch. It was a little too high. I think that this won't be a huge issue, but like Silent Ticklers now are going to have to go score for score and make the most of the converts that they get.
So defensively, it's going to be Zach Swerm with Cristiano to the right-hand side. Brandon Alward is the rusher. Eddie Lee, number 0 in the middle, and Justin Lerner, corner on the left-hand side. Don Benevento playing the 3, the safety position.
Bomb to start the game here. Let's see.
Raji to the left-hand side. Nice catch there by Mancini. Tackle right away by Cristiano.
Yeah, a little wobbly pass there, but Mancini, anything close to him and it touches his hands, he's coming down with that reception right now. So for each team on their initial drive, first play has been for a first down conversion on both sides right now. So as expected right now, not a lot of defense we've seen coming up. So every play, every sack, every interception, every pass defended is going to be huge in this game, and just like separating the receivers from the catch.
Get the snap, pass to the right-hand side. Here comes Copeland for move. Can he get into the end zone?
Looks like he's just
Tackle
shy of
after
it.
one.
Yeah.
Nice move there by Tyson Otis Copeland.
Great progression there. You had Adam Rosen leading the way with what looked like a post corner, and then just underneath, once Rushdie saw that the DBs committed onto that, Tyson was just open for that reception. And that's a name that on this sea of weapons in Silent Ticklers, we may not be used to hearing as much, but anyone who follows Montreal football is pretty familiar with Tyson's name.
And Montreal all the way. Of course, the name that matters the most is Raji Benabdicator, the quarterback for the Silent Ticklers, the Hall of Famer. He looks to his left. He has a man. Touchdown!
Jordan
Panetta.
Huge catch there for a touchdown. On the subject of Rushdie Benabdicator's championship pedigree, while we wait for them to decide if they're going for 1 or 2, if you combine all the championships of the Moretti Crime Family, so Brandon and Danny Alward, they have 3 championships each. That will count as 3 total. Like if each individual, who has more championships, all of Moretti Crime Family or just Rushdie Benabdicator?
Well, Benabdicator is looking for number 15 here tonight.
Yes, he is. It's 14-11 by my count on just Rushdie compared to the rest of Moretti.
That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Silent Ticklers going for 2. Benabdicator has a man open. Nice catch by Mancini, jumping up high and coming down with the ball. 8-6 lead now for the Silent Ticklers.
Yeah, it looked like that pass was just a little bit behind Mancini, but like I said, anything in his area, in his wingspan, if he's able to get his hands on it, it's coming down as a reception right there.
So opening drive, we saw scoring for both teams right now. We talked about GM, obviously you think this is going to be a shootout. So far, it looks to be the case.
Convert points will be very, very important here. We see in the huddle right now, guys are being moved around a little bit. Zach Zwern is now on the right. This is going to be interesting to see while Joey tries to find the matchups that he likes. Looks like they've moved Vincent Dagenet on the defense over to the left side as well.
Taylor, a quick slant route, and that goes right into the turf. Intended target was Justin Lerner. Lerner had a step on his man, but again, that was just a bad pass. One hopper there by Taylor.
Very much so. We saw he had the separation there. Vincent Dagenet, who we were just talking about, gave him a little bit of the outside shade. And if that pass was just a little bit higher, that's definitely a reception for Lerner that he can take up for 5-6 yards at least.
So second and long now. Facing the Moretti Crime Family. Taylor looks to his left again. He's going deep. He has a man open. Outward. Nice catch. Tackled way deep into the Silent Ticklers territory, pardon me, by Adam Rosen.
Kind of the opposite of what just happened in the previous play. Adam Rosen playing a little bit too inside shade on Brandon Alward, who just ran that post corner route, and like the commitment to the post and just taking it back was enough to get the separation on Rosen.
Now, obviously, you have experience playing both sides of the ball, GM. How hard is it to play a quarterback like Joey Taylor, kind of that Tim Tebow release, Tim Tebow ball, but yet still effective?
Yeah, so I don't think it has to do with the release. It's just like death by 1,000 paper cuts, where Joey's just going to keep hitting matchups that he likes.
And Lerner drops what would have been a touchdown right there. Nice throw by Taylor.
Uncharacteristic by Justin Lerner. He usually comes down with a pass like that. But yeah, Joey Taylor, it's frustrating. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts because he's just like marching down the field slowly. If he sees something that he likes, he's going to keep hitting that. And it's not even like wanting to spread the ball. You're in the championship right now. You see the matchups that you like, and you just keep going back to that.
Big opportunity wasted right there, at least on that play for the Moretti Crime Family. Can Justin Lerner in particular redeem himself? Let's find out. Taylor now looks to his left. He has Benevento. Benevento with a nice catch. Tackle right away, though, by Dagenet.
Yeah, just with his center right now, he's having the wideouts push the DBs back a little bit and just like clearing out routes there. That's going to be something that I guess we're going to see a little bit more if those deep passes aren't there, just those drag outs, quick outs from the center, just trying to get the matchup on the opposite side of the rusher.
Again, these two teams met back in Week 8, a 40-33 win by the Moretti Crime Family. But, Trip, I'll get back to that in a second. Trips left. All the receivers line up on the left now. Quads left. Taylor looking to his right. Malkin open, touchdown!
Yeah, that's difficult when you're not used to seeing a quads play like that all season. I feel like not a lot of teams in Division B will run quads like that, and just like seeing that pulled out of the bag when you're not prepared for it, it'll fluster anyone. So you saw there that everyone kind of flowed to the right, the quick slant out by the center, but they did not have the guys shift. The Silent Ticklers did not have their defenders shift quickly enough to anticipate that, and Malkin was just wide open.
And allowing that touchdown by the Silent Ticklers, it's a little surprising. I had a chance to watch both semifinals games that both teams played on Tuesday at Loyola, and they ran that play a number of times. That's wide open. Benevento was wide open. Taylor dismissed him for the 2-point convo.
Yeah, so let's see now if Silent Ticklers go score for score, a 2-point convert or 1-point convert, like they're going to keep adding up. So I think as efficient as Joey is, this is something that we're going to need to revisit. He needs to figure this out if the game continues the way it's started, where it's just going to be marching down the field from both sides.
A 12-7 lead right now for the Moretti Crime Family. Getting a touchdown by Joe Malkin, leading receiver for the MCF. But now the kid goes deep. And that pass just off the hands. A wide open receiver down the middle of the field. Just a bad pass, though, by Benabdicator.
Yeah, so similarly to what we saw with Dan Mancini, that was another one, this time to Jordan Pineda. Was a little bit behind him. He had to reach back for it and wasn't able to corral it in the same way. I think now with those kind of accuracy issues, we're going to see a little bit more of Rashid Benabdicator leaning on Andrew Blevings, his snapper, just to get the ball down the field a little bit more efficiently right here.
So both teams not afraid to air it out so far, GM. Because Benabdicator now, he gets a snap from Blevings. Looks to his right, and that pass off the floor intended for Dagenet.
Yeah, Rashdi hitting his chest to kind of denote that it's his bad there. Yeah, just a couple of off-kilter passes, not representative of what this team has been able to do throughout the season. This is a key third down now. For the most part, Silent Ticklers were actually more efficient in converting third downs than Moretti Crime Family, funnily enough. Let's see here if they're able to get this. This will be an important one for them.
Benabdicator just outside of his own end zone now, waiting for the snap from Blevings. He gets it. He looks to his
Blevings
left.
In the middle.
There's a man open on the sideline. Nice catch by Mancini. Will it be enough for a first down? Yes, it will. So the Silent Ticklers able to move the chains. A nice catch right there by Mancini.
Yeah, that's going to be a matchup here as Rashdi is struggling to find his groove. The fact that he's gone to Mancini a couple times, and every time he's gone to Mancini, it's been a catch. That's someone you're going to have to lean on in a game like this right now, especially when both teams kind of have strong matchups against each other. You need to find that one mismatch.
So fresh set of downs now for the Silent Ticklers. Just past midfield. But Abdicator gets the snap. He looks to his right. He's going deep. And man, wide open. Can Dagenet break the tackle? He's taken down at about the 3, maybe 4 yard line. Big catch and run, though, by Dagenet.
Big credit there to Andrew Blevings, who ran that drag out, and it looks like it made Dom Benevento second guess who he was going to cover or make a decision at least. And while he was still able to get that tackle on Dagenet, Dagenet was wide open on that slant and was just enough to move the chains.
So now, right now, Raji Benabdicator, he has a bunch of options right now with his team in the red zone. What would you call right now if you're leading that offense?
So they're like Moretti are covering it very well with Zach Zwerin on Jordan Panetta, but I would love to see a fade from Panetta right here. I think that's what it might be.
Benabdicator, he goes, oh, off the hands, it off. Oh, that pass almost picked off. Panetta had it, went off his hands. Cristiano had a chance, couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, just a little bit to the outside. I don't know if Jordan was waiting for it on the inside shade as well, kind of same deal. Just not a lack of chemistry, but they're not on the same page right now. Still, ball wasn't turned over, no harm, no foul, as long as they score here. Maybe a drag from Adam Rosen here.
So let's see what happens now. Benabdicator, he goes right over the middle, touchdown! Mancini, nice slant, beat the coverage, and it is now a 13-12 lead for the Silent Ticklers.
Yeah, that's big. And kind of similarly, what do you do after an incompletion that should have been a touchdown? Go to what's been working for you all game long, and that's Dan Mancini right now. A unique ability to stretch the field. He's just lights out fast, but even in those short yardage situations, big for his team right here. Let's see if we're going to have a halfback in this convert here.
Benabdicator gets a snap, tosses way over the middle to nobody.
I think it was to Adam Rosen, but like the coverage from both Benevento and Eddie Lee, like even if it wasn't overthrown, I don't think that's going to be a successful convert. It was just too much traffic in that area.
Yeah, good coverage right there. You had a man down low on Benevento, and Eddie Lee was playing over the top. So 13-12 lead is where we stand right now for the Silent Ticklers. Let's see if the Moretti Crime Family can respond.
So it looks like Justin Lerner is sitting on this offensive drive. Rocco is on the left wide out. Zach Zwerin and Joel Malkin on the right here. A little bit of switches. Let's see what happens.
Taylor, he goes to Elward, number 7, slot receiver. Nice catch by him. He's tackled by Dagenet. So you're looking at the Moretti Crime Family bench right now. I talked about before Gab Wiseman, who actually sat out the Tuesday's victory over BYOB with a calf injury. So he's dressed. I don't think he's going to be able to play in this one. I know talking to him earlier this week, I know he said he was feeling about 50 to 60%. He was hoping to get up to maybe 80 by game time, but unfortunately, at least right now, that doesn't seem like it's the case.
Yeah, Dom Benevento, crisp snaps. He's been a good outlet for Joey Taylor, so I think it's not a big issue to be without him.
Here comes Taylor on the run now. Oh, nice tackle by Mike Zanobi, this rusher number 47.
Yeah, so Mike Zanobi's not a name we've heard a lot in this game or even in Division B, but just like a lot of speed, closes the gap from the rusher position with the quarterback very quickly, and being able to make a diving tackle like that is huge and will start making Joey Taylor a second guess rolling out like that.
So let's see what Taylor has up his sleeve now after the sack. Looks to his left, he goes to his right.
Oh, look at Rocco in the middle.
Man wide open is Cristiano, and that pass, oh, Cristiano hauls it down. Touchdown, Moretti Crime Family.
I don't know if it was just like the wrong defensive call. I saw Vincent Dagenet and Tyson Otis Copeland both back, but like Rocco, if I'm seeing it not pre-snap, but as the play is developing, you know that's a wide open play, just over the head of Tyson, and Rocco scores a huge touchdown for his team.
Yeah, Tyson Otis Copeland, he had a chance to make a play on the ball right there. Again, as you talked about, though, GM, the ball just a touch over his reach. And that's the thing about Joey Taylor. Sometimes he'll throw up those 50-50 balls, but usually for him, he has a little bit of luck on his side, and he had some right there.
Great rush by Mike Zanobi there.
Great that's rush. Picked off. He's going to run it back now. Here's a chance. He's going. Can he get in? 2-point conversion for the Silent Ticklers, Dan Mancini.
Yeah, huge play from Mancini there, but if we go back to the replay, if we're able to see it, just look at the angle of pursuit Mike Zanobi takes on Joey Taylor, and I don't know if Joey Taylor even saw Mancini because his focus was just on Mike Zanobi the whole way and just threw up a bad pass there that Silent Ticklers capitalize on, and that's going to be a big one. Look at this angle here. I don't think Joey even sees it.
Yeah, that's the thing again, and you got to give credit to Mike Zanobi right there with the rusher, able to get a hand up, block the view of his quarterback. So for sure they got the conversion. The points are finally have been added now, so it's a 1-point conversion. So it's 18-14 now the lead.
Well, it's got to be 19.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, it should be 19. Scoreboard here a little misleading. And now the big he gets sacked. Brandon Alward, good hustle there on the second effort, getting the sack. So it should be a 19. I know right now it says...
No, my mistake.
Yeah, 18-14. Exactly, 12 plus 6,
yeah.
18. There you go. I knew it was right. 18 now, 14 lead for the Moretti Crime Family. No one ever accused you and I of being mathematicians, so it's okay.
I think Rashi's going to air it out here. I think either hook and go to Mancini or a post to Pineda on that same side here. But either way, I think that we're going to see a deep pass here. Otherwise, maybe a corner to Rosen, but something to stretch the field is going to be key here.
Second and long right now. Pass over the middle to Blevins. Oh, he bobbled it. Did he make the catch on the second after this saying? Well, one referee, Craig O'Brien says he did. The other ref is saying no. Steve Hahad is waving it off.
Uncharacteristic there. A lot of targets and a lot of receptions for Blevins throughout the season. On 59 targets, he had 38 receptions. Great ratio there. Great safety outlet for Rashdi. Just an uncharacteristic drop there. A little difficult one. Like when you're a center running all the way up the middle of the field, you have to turn your head around at the right moment for a fly like that. And Blevins just didn't come down with it properly.
Yeah, he had 6 receptions for 52 yards and a touchdown. The last time these two teams met, I had a chance to speak to Eddie Lee while watching him play last week, and he said Blevins doesn't drop any balls. So definitely a rare drop right there by the veteran.
Oh, down the middle, Adam Rosen.
Off a hand. Oh, that pass was almost picked off. Again, going for Blevins. That ended up bouncing off the hands of Benevento.
Real tough outing for Blevins and back-to-back plays there. But, yeah, that matchup, just seeing Adam Rosen tearing down the field there. Wrong read, wrong progression.
So it's going to be a punt.
Oh, wow.
But you can't really blame them. I mean, they were facing forfeit forever. So, I mean, the punt actually might be the smartest thing right now. If you're going to give up a touchdown, you have to think, GM, that you'd rather have that team march the field instead of getting the ball pretty much at inside your 10-yard line.
Mm-hmm. So, looks like it's going to go. They didn't lose yardage, though, so it should be going back to their 10. I think that's what Rashi seems to be confirming with the officials right now. Oh, looks like they're putting them at the half.
Yep, so the Moretti Crime Family are going to take over exactly like you said at the midway point of the field. So Benevento now with the snap. Taylor looking to his left. He has Benevento in the flat. Benevento, can he shake a tackle? He can. He gets out of bounds after a gain of 7, maybe 8 right there.
I'm not sure what the defensive call was there with Dom Benevento taking that slant out right away and both Pineda and Rosen converging on him, but neither really close to where the area was on that pass. I don't know if they're trying to rotate and throw Joey for a loop, but it hasn't seemed to be working, especially not in the matchups that involve his center, Benevento.
So we're inside of 30 seconds to 5 plays.
Yeah, looks like Joey's taking his time, waiting for the snap as well, making the most of this.
Taylor gets it. He goes right away to his left. Now back to his right. He has Benevento open over the middle. He's tackled right away. No! He's able to break that first tackle attempt. Pick up of about 5-6 yards. Enough for the first down, though, for the MCF.
Great situational awareness, too. I don't know if it was a full slant or not, but at one point, Dom saw that he was about to run into coverage and just kind of sat and stopped right before getting to Tyson Otis Copeland. And that was a reception that also was difficult then for Tyson to make that tackle, and he was able to get a little bit more yards than had he continued on his route. Looks like we're going to see a trips play here.
So it's going to be trips to the left. Malkin, Alward, and Lerner to the left. Cristiano to the right. Taylor's looking for a man. Yes, Cristiano open. Gets the catch, but
just shy of the end zone.
Shy of the end zone, exactly. So 5 plays now has been officially whistled in. So plenty of time for the MCF to add on to their lead.
Red zone here as well. Not that we've seen Joey Taylor take any big runs in this game. The only time he rolled out, as we saw, he was tackled by Mike Zanobi. So this is going to be a critical one for Zanobi here in closing that gap and preventing the usual flood of Moretti receivers one way. I think that Zanobi is going to be key in this red zone situation to get to Joey quickly.
Okay, the flood is the go-to play for the MCF. They ran it multiple times against BYOB Tuesday night in their semifinal victory.
I mean, if it works, keep going to it.
But that's it. Dom Taylor, 5 TDs in that game. 3 of them came in the red zone. So you have to expect he's going to be the first option here for Taylor. Taylor waiting for the snap. He gets it. He looks to his left. Goes back to his right now. His man open. Throwing across his body. Horrible interception. Mancini gets it. He's going to run it back. Can he go all the way? Yes, he can. Touchdown. Silent Ticklers. Dan Mancini.
That's a really, really big play there. That changes the whole course of the game right there. Rashid Ben Abdelkader clapping as he's coming into the huddle, just like all smiles here, knowing that his defense really came up big for him here. It's definitely still too early to tell, but with what's going on so far, automatically into consideration for Finals MVP is Dan Mancini with a pick like that, with what he's been able to do to just like change the course of this game.
That's his 3rd touchdown of the evening so far. I don't think he's going to stop there. Huge turn of events.
Yeah.
So now a 20-18 lead for the Silent Ticklers. Looked like the Moretti Crime Family had them dead to rights with 5 plays remaining. Flip of the script, and now it's a lead for the Silent Ticklers, looking to add on now with a 2-point conversion.
Let's look for another fade here. Oh, Jordan Panetta dropping back as halfback.
So Panetta, that play was disastrous from the start. Raji couldn't even get the ball out of his hand.
Yeah, great angle of pursuit there. You saw Brandon Elward take Rashid Ben Abdelkader as he rolled out. Eddie Lee ready to pick up Panetta on as the halfback. This is a team that knows what to do in different situations, and they had it down to a T.
I mean, pretty much you look at both teams. I mean, that's a staple of both offensive playbooks, right? You have Joey Taylor who runs that with Rocco Cristiano, yes. And then you have Raji Ben Abdelkader who runs that with Jordan Panetta.
Yeah, Panetta, who has filled in at a few points in the season at the quarterback position as well, knowing that they have that depth.
And there is Cristiano with the catch. He's tackled right away by Rosen. So 3 plays now remaining in the first half. 20-18 lead here for the Silent Ticklers over the Moretti Crime Family in this Division B Finals matchup.
Joel Malkin here is going to be a big one. We haven't heard his name a whole lot, despite leading the Moretti Crime Family in targets, receptions. He was a big part of this. I don't know if Joey has noticed that there's been an effort to try and shut down Malkin, seeing him up against Tyson. Oh, there's a wheel.
Taylor now, deep pass over the middle. Oh, and that was almost picked off there. Good job actually by Cristiano knocking that ball away from Mancini, who was going for the INT.
Yeah, that I think the pass, I'm not sure. I think it was to Elward. Maybe it was to Malkin, but either way, yeah. When it's a pass like that that's up that you know that you're not going to get, you quickly have to shift and play defense and make sure that like you're hitting it out of the hands of whoever's looking to intercept it. Looks like we can get another quads play here.
Yeah, quads, all the receivers line up to the left. The Moretti Crime Family, #1 is scoring 364 points in the regular season, looking for 6 more right here. Can they get it? 2 plays remaining. Taylor gets a snap. He looks to his left. He's going deep. Cristiano's open. Touchdown, Moretti Crime Family.
Look, man, again, not someone who we saw a whole lot that ran through this, the offense didn't really run through Cristiano through the regular season, but when you have that matchup, when someone's coming up big for your team, just like Mancini's been doing for Silent Ticklers, Moretti Crime Family right now has been on the shoulders of Rocco Cristiano, who's really helped move the chains for his team, come up with a huge touchdown, and just like key first downs as well.
So right now the lead is 24-20. For the Silent Ticklers. Let's see if they can get this conversion. Taylor goes to his left, Lerner back for the QB option. Taylor skies it to the back of the end zone and that hits the wall. And Zanobi is hurt.
Yeah, Zanobi took a little bit of a tumble. He's limping off the field there. We'll see. I don't know how many plays remain in this half. He's lucky that there's going to be a little bit of a break, though.
Final play here of the first half. Zanobi, I believe he's had knee issues in the past. Hopefully something he's going to be able to shake off, because if he's missing out of the lineup, I'm not sure who's going to be rushing
yeah, they're going to have to go a little bit further down in the depth chart there and either have someone like Adam Rosen get to Taylor a bit quicker and then bring in Andrew Blevins is not a defender you normally think of on this team, but when he's filled in admirably. He's had a couple of key interceptions, 2 interceptions on defense.
Here comes Adam Kidder. So last play of the half here. Panetta, QB option. He airs it out deep.
Little
short of the end zone, though. Knocked away by Eddie Lee smartly, knocking that ball away. And that'll do it for the end of the first half. A 24-20 lead for the Moretti Crime Family over the Silent Ticklers.
Yeah, Silent Ticklers are going to start with the ball on offense in the second half. Tight game here so far, kind of on par for what we said of a high-scoring game. If the first half is already combined for 44 points, we're in for a treat here.
All right, so here obviously we're at halftime right now in this Division B championship matchup between the Moretti Crime Family, who hold a 24-20 lead right now over the Silent Ticklers. Jim, what are your thoughts after the first half?
I think that both teams right now kind of just have to stay the course with what they're doing, not let the moment, not let the kind of gravitas of the championship weigh down on your shoulders, right? Like you have to just like take every play as if it's the same as the regular season, do what you did that was successful in getting you here in the first place, and just kind of make the most of the matchups that you have.
Okay, we see, so the last couple of plays, I mean, we saw a handful of plays, less than 5 plays remaining, the pick 6 by Dan Mancini. Look, again, we were talking a little earlier, it looked like MCF was driving, they were down in the red zone, and looked like they're going to add some points onto the board to extend their lead, and we saw that pick 6 by Mancini made it a 20-18 lead, but then we saw blown coverage. So whatever momentum the Silent Ticklers were able to get off of that pick 6 by Mancini, they gave it right back to their opponents. I believe that's the second blown coverage for a touchdown of the game. They're really having trouble keeping up with the deep ball.
Yeah, and on the flip side for Moretti, that's huge for both Joey and the whole team, having a short memory. The second that's happened, you let it go and you just keep doing what you're doing. Rocco Cristiano, again, you can't say his praises enough, and has been a huge part of the team's success so far. And similarly to Mancini, early front runner for Finals MVP, should they take the win.
So again, these two teams met earlier in the regular season back in Week 8, a 40-33 victory for the Moretti Crime Family over the Silent Ticklers. The halftime score in that one was 21-20. We're only off by a couple of points, or off by 3 points to be exact. 24-20 lead right now, again for MCF. If you're the Moretti Crime Family, what do you have to do in the second half to make sure you get the W and the championship?
Get a stop right now. So Silent Ticklers are starting with the ball, get a stop, frustrate Rashid Ben Abdelkader, get under the heads, get under the skin of Jordan Panetta, Dan Mancini, try and get them off their game. If you've got the lead, you have to just keep it at this point and do what you've been doing.
And again, the Silent Ticklers, they've been down before. This is nothing new to them. What do they need to do in the second half to come out of here with the W?
Rashid needs to. He's been doing better in getting that chemistry with the rest of the team. Now it's up to guys like Jordan Panetta, Andrew Blevins, guys who have been stalwarts of this team throughout the season to really make their mark and come up big, because they've struggled a little bit. Okay,
so we've seen so far 2 TDs by Rocco Cristiano, 3 TDs by Mancini. Are you giving the edge right now for the first half MVP to Mancini, or are you going with Cristiano because his team has the lead?
It comes down to who's going to win the game. But an interception, especially at this level, taking a pass from the red zone back is huge, and it's not something you see frequently in A and B. Although we were lucky enough to see that in A as well, having a key red zone pass taken back by Alex Pilon. Kind of same deal here. We're seeing it kind of follow in the same way.
Yeah, it was Serge Pilon. He actually had a pick 6 on defense, and then he had 2 extra points for 2 points, run back for 2 pick 2s, if you will, in that contest. Again, the Braves beating the All-Stars in our Division A championship game, the cream of the crop, if you will, by a score of 50-32. That was a great game to call. So obviously the Braves are your Division A champions, but right now we're trying to figure out who's going to win Division B. Right now, a 24-20 lead by the Moretti Crime Family over the Silent Ticklers. Silent Ticklers start the second half with the ball. Let's see what they do. Ben Abdelkader gets a snap. He looks to his right, goes back to the left. Oh, yes, and man, open Mancini burnt he burnt the coverage on the left-hand side, but that ball was in between 2 receivers, and Panetta and Mancini.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was intended on the wheel for Jordan Panetta, who was running that out and up along the sidelines, or Mancini, who was clearing out, and it was just underthrown to him. Just a mistake there. Open short in the middle of the field right now, I think, is where Rashi needs to hit. I know he's had trouble with the drops in that area, but it seems like the sidelines are covered at the stage right now.
And it's so rare you see two wide receivers open deep in the same area. I thought it was another defender initially. That's what I was about to say. He burnt two defenders, but no, it was two receivers open deep. There's a pass. Dagenet, a nice catch right there, getting a couple of yards. Good tackle there by Eddie Lee.
Yeah, Rashi's getting a little bit more comfortable with guys on the outside. We saw earlier Tyson with those slants and catches there. So to his right now, I think is a matchup that he's starting to like more and more as the matchups on his left on the windows are being closed.
So Van Abdicator waiting for the snap now from Blevins. He gets it. He looks to his right. Now back to his left. He's going deep again. He has a man. Rosen, nice catch. They're going to call it a touchdown? No, he was deflated. Actually, should have been a holding penalty as well. But his after he made the catch, he was trying to get some yak yards, and his jersey was grabbed. No call, but nonetheless, a first down in the red zone now for the Silent Ticklers.
So that looked like man coverage right there. And Justin Lerner is a premier player in FPF, but just speed for speed matchup. Like once he gave up the inside shade to Adam Rosen, there was no way he was going to be able to close that gap. Rosen's too fast and was just able to capitalize there. He was lucky he was trailing close enough that he was still able to get that tackle.
So the ball down to the belt, let's call it the 3-yard line. Can the Silent Ticklers punch it in now after that big game by Adam Rosen? But now the kid gets a snap. He looks to his left. He has a man. He goes back to his right across his body. Nice play by Cristiano, knocking on that pass intended for Mancini, who was open.
Great rush by Brandon Alward there, kind of closing the window. I think that Rashi tried to roll out a little bit to get time, but either needed to throw it right away or get a little bit more depth from Mancini on that slant. They're talking right now. I think that you need to take advantage of some of the height matchups here. Eddie Lee has been a premier defender for Moretti Crime Family, but like the height difference between Eddie and Vincent Dagenet, I think that just like throwing up a fade here is the business.
Height and definitely size on the side of the Silent Ticklers players. Here's a pass. Panetta, nice catch. Ball thrown behind him for the touchdown. Nice route there. Really, as a receiver right there, GM, you would know. I mean, that out route was thrown a little bit behind him. He had to jump and go backwards and make that catch. How difficult was that?
So that's kind of similar to what we saw Panetta drop before. I don't know if he's just feeling especially crisp in his routes now that he's a little bit faster than Rashi's anticipating, but huge play there, trying to make Zach Zwern choose between both Andrew Blevins and Panetta, who are both going the same way and threading the needle between it.
So Silent Ticklers going for the 1-point convo right now. And now the kid goes over the middle, and that's Clark getting his toes down. Dagenet. The lead now is 27-24 for the Silent Ticklers.
So here Rashi is starting to really get in a rhythm with making defenders choose. You had Andrew Blevins just with a quick out to the right, and then Vincent coming in over the top in the back of the end zone and just trying to make the defender choose who it's going to. Once again, Eddie Lee just a little bit over his head, taking advantage of the height mismatch.
So go ahead, touchdown for the Silent Ticklers. Can the MCF respond? Let's find out. Taylor gets a snap. He goes to his left to the flats to Benevento. Benevento with a spin move. Tackled right away, though, by Dagenet.
Quick out to the left from Benevento, as we saw. Rocco Cristiano on that left wide out, hooked as well. Vincent Dagenet had to choose between them. Looks like Mike Zanobi is limping off the field. Andrew Blevins has come in. We'll see what they do at the rusher position. But between that change and the speed mismatch, I should say, of Cristiano on the outside compared to Vincent Dagenet, if I'm Joey Taylor here, I'm airing that ball out right now. Yeah, Adam Rosen at rush in Mike Zanobi's absence.
So Blevins is going to play the safety position. Here comes Rosen on the rush. Throw to the sideline. Nice catch by Melton. All they're saying is he was out of bounds.
Out of bounds and still did not hold on to it there. Great angle of pursuit by Adam Rosen, not someone who we're normally used to seeing at the rusher position. He's familiar in it from other leagues as well, playing touch in the big field. A lot of this Silent Ticklers team have roots in the KTFL as well. But Adam Rosen, someone we don't see normally rush in FPF, doing a great job closing the gap and getting to Joey Taylor quickly.
Adam Rosen leading the way defensively. 2 interceptions so far in the playoffs. He almost had a sack right there. Nice catch, though, by Zach Swerm.
Yeah, great rush by Rosen there. The defenders behind him need to give him a little bit more opportunity to get that sack. Like, if you can just close the window by a half second, hold that coverage, Rosen's going to get to him. But just on a slant like that, right in front of Tyson Otis Copeland, just like an easy catch there.
Now, how much of a difference is that going to be, GM, obviously, with the switch in rushes? Mike Zanobi had about 6 sacks in the regular season, but 2 sacks so far in the postseason. He's a veteran, too, with a lot of speed. How much of a difference is it going to be between him and Rosen, pardon me, as a rusher?
I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference. I think they're both very qualified. I think the issue comes from you lose Rosen as a defender. You lose him as someone else as a safety who can also drop back. Up until that point, like, you never know who's dropping for Silent Ticklers, whether it's going to be Mancini, Panetta, Tyson, Vincent, Adam Rosen. But now, once you put him at rush, you can't do that as reliably. Like, I don't think that we're going to see Andrew Blevins play safety in that same way.
A catch on a play before made by Alward. Now another catch by Alward. He's tackled down, knocked down to the turf by Dagenet.
Blevins with the tackle there, seeing both Alward and Benevento in the same area. Joey Taylor threading that needle, but Blevins, who I just said is not dropping deep, is playing short very well, minimizing the amount of yards after reception.
So the MCF is marching right now. Taylor waiting for the snap. He gets it. He looks to his left. Now back to his right. Right over the middle. Elward, 3rd catch in a row. Shakes a tackle. Not able to escape the second one, though, by Mancini. Good tackle, but a better catch and run by Brandon Elward.
Yeah, Tyson needs to close on that route faster. You see that drag coming. There's no one in front of you. He hasn't seen anyone behind you. You need to close on that right there, and even get that tackle. So I think that one of the holes in the Silent Ticklers defense right now has been Tyson, funnily enough, despite his pedigree in other leagues. And yeah, it looks like Joey Taylor's been taking advantage.
Quad's left now for the MCF. Taylor going to his left. Pump face, finally gets it up. Touchdown, Cristiano.
Old reliable here, continuing to make a name for himself. Interestingly enough, on that quads play there, we saw the center actually go to the same side as the rest of the quads. So I think you just had like numbers mismatch there of 5 guys against 3 defenders, and someone's going to be open.
And that's a bit surprising by Benevento. Usually, as we've seen throughout the playoffs so far, when they run that quads or trips to the left or whichever side, he'll run to the opposite side of the formation. Maybe that was done to trick the Silent Ticklers defense, rather.
Looks like something's being discussed here, and Jack Nudie now might be coming up to the booth.
So at that point, I think they're looking to either see if Taylor got sacked.
Yeah, it might be a challenge on whether or not he got sacked. That's a good call.
So right now the score stands. It's a 30-27 lead.
Oh.
We see the ball coming up, but we can't tell, though, if that was a sack or not. We see the flag come out, but there's no clear evidence that it was 100% taken before the ball came out of Taylor's hand.
Yeah, so kind of similarly to other football leagues, if there's not enough to overturn it, then it is indeed a touchdown. So if we can't tell, if we're still saying like, oh, it looks like it might have been or it might not have been, that is not enough to overturn it here.
So yeah, basically you need indisputable evidence to overturn the call. And that call right now is going to be a big one, obviously.
We have the man in the booth, Walter Berry, kind of reviewing the replay frame by frame here. Oh, that looks like it might have.
You see the flag going, but obviously we don't have the close-up shot. Is that just his flag's moving because he's running one way and the momentum is carrying his flags, or was he tackled by Rosen?
So
that's what we're trying to see.
The problem is it looks like Rosen's hand is on the flag and Joey's release, like the ball is still in Joey's hand when Adam's hand is on the flag.
On a touchdown.
Yeah, but whether or not that resulted, like if the flag was off before the ball was gone, we did not see it. So kind of similarly, not enough to overturn it. Whether or not it happened, like it's difficult, but it's not enough to tell.
The touchdown stands. The lead is now 30-27 for the Moretti Crime Family. They're letting it go for one, so let's see if they can make it 31-27. Play has been whistled in. The clock will start at the snap. Taylor gets it, looks to his left, throws there, wide open, Elward for the 1-point convo, so it is 31-27, the lead for MCF over the Silent Ticklers.
Definitely a miscommunication there on defense. You saw Vincent Dagenet in the back of the end zone trailing with the wide receiver. I don't know if it was supposed to be lanes there and Dagenet has to go back and cover that corner, but just Elward was wide open. Nobody was there. I think in that situation, you're your own worst enemy. If you're that open, you're thinking about it too much. That's how open he was.
So 4-point lead now for MCF. Let's see if the Silent Ticklers can respond. It's going to be offside against the rusher. And Roger Benadicator just throws away. It's going to be some free yards, though, for the Silent Ticklers as Brian Albert went offside. Didn't reset.
Yeah, so that's it. It's not that he jumped. He did jump on the snap, but he did not go back and reset in time. He just kind of continued on his pursuit. And credit to Leo Gervais along the sidelines for seeing it and throwing that flag.
Yeah, so that's the rule here in FPF. If you're a snappers have to be 7 yards back from the line of scrimmage before every snap. You're rusher, pardon me. You're allowed to go offside, but then you have to go back to that 7-yard mark and reset yourself, and then you can go back and rush. But again, you talked about GM. Elward did not do that, hence the 5-yard penalty against him and his defense. Benadicator gets a snap. He looks to his left now.
Oh, fine.
Going right down the middle. He has a man open. It's Pineda. Nice catch. One move and another. Touchdown! Jordan Pineda. Beautiful catch and even better moves afterwards, breaking 2, maybe even 3 tackle attempts to get the ball into the end zone and retake the Silent Ticklers lead. Yeah,
Lee, Benevento, and Cristiano were all there, and just Pineda moving his hips, continuing yards after the catch. Huge, especially after having a couple of issues in the first half. Now coming up huge for his team. I don't even know if those issues were his fault or they were just underthrown passes.
Yeah, so it's a bad tackling right there by the MCF defense, coming back to bite them as they had a short lead. And now Silent Ticklers are up by 2, 33-31.
Rashi talking to the guys on his right a little bit more.
Looking for that slant pass. Rashi still with the ball. He's saying he was contacted by the rusher. It looked like actually he was. Looks like the ball was kind of stripped away, but nonetheless, there was no call.
Yeah. And I don't know as far as challenging calls, because Silent Ticklers did just challenge a call earlier. If that could have been one, had they not challenged that sack on Moretti earlier in the game, whether they would have wanted to call that or not. Either way, 2-point lead right now for Silent Ticklers. They're where they want to be, and they just need their defense to get a stop.
So 33-31 lead, 2-point cushion right now for the Silent Ticklers. Here comes MCF, though. Nice catch by Benevento. Tackled, I believe, by Blevings.
Yeah. So it looks like just on that quick out to the same side as the rusher, Dom is able to, off the snap, make it without obstructing the rusher, and Blevings is just not able to close that gap quickly enough. Just one of those mismatches that you can take advantage of when you're up against a defender who has not played most of the snaps on defense. Like, he's filling in right now for Rosen, who would probably close that gap a little bit quicker.
Taylor now waiting for the snap. He gets it. He goes right away to his left. Now back to his right. Oh, and blowing the tackle attempt was Rosen. Man wide open is Elward. So, GM, I got to ask you right now. There's one wide receiver. He's open in between 2 defenders. I'm not sure how that happens.
Yeah, I think it's just like the play breaking down there when Rosen missed the flag, which he knows. He's got his hands on his hips. He's walking back. You can tell by his body language he knows he should have had that. So because of that, like, the defense thinks they've closed the window, and all of a sudden now they have to go back and cover something that wasn't there before.
And no matter what level you play at in FPF, no matter what division, even tackle football as well, you can't assume that the first player in there is going to make the tackle. You got to rally to the ball. In the secondary case, you have to stick with your coverage until the whistle's blown.
Yeah, you have to make that play all day, my friend, all day.
Taylor gets a snap again to his left. He has Benevento. Brought down after a minimal gain. Second down now.
Dom Benevento, just a ton of receptions in this game, has been equally with Rocco Cristiano right now, just like a player that Joey Taylor can lean on when the going gets tough.
Benevento, of course, again, the self-proclaimed world's best snapper. Not just FPF, the world's best snapper, according to him. But so far, at least living up to that in this game, at least. Spearheading the offense. Quads left now once again for the MCF. Taylor goes to his right, though. Yes, Cristiano! Nice catch. Oh, no, they're going to call it a sack.
Oh, that's big.
Big sack there by Adam Rosen.
So you saw Jordan Panetta on that shift to pick up that slant on the right side of the field or his left. And even then, Rocco Cristiano was able to get out quickly enough. But wow, after missing a big one, that's a big sack for Adam Rosen, kind of redeeming himself there.
So just inside of 8 minutes remaining until 5 plays. Again, if you're new to the FPF game, each half has to have 5 plays run at the end of the half. Those are 5 timeless downs. So we are 7 minutes and 40 seconds away from having that happen here at the Bell Sports Complex. Again, in this Division B championship final matchup between the Silent Ticklers and the Moretti Crime Family. Taylor gets a snap now. Throws to the end zone. Benevento open! Did he stay in bounds? Touchdown!
Yeah, in traffic too. You saw Dan Mancini crashing a little bit. I don't know if that was like a 1-5 coverage where both corners were supposed to be the safeties on that play, and they just got the inside shade on them. But that's a tough one, especially after just coming off a sack, and just like that, it's 37-33.
So the pendulum of momentum swinging now in the Moretti Crime Family's favor. Again, they got the sack, as you said, GM. They're pushing their opponents back, but a beautiful pass over the middle, post roll from Taylor to Benevento. It is now a 37-33 lead for MCF. Let's see if they can add on to it. Conversion is caught.
Was he in? It looks like it.
Yeah, 1 point. It's caught by Alward, so a nice catch by him despite falling down to the turf after some contact.
Okay, this is a close one here. Once again, it's coming down to converts. We're going to look back on some of them. Was that 2-point convert that Dan Mancini took back? Would that have been the difference maker here? Let's see if Silent Ticklers can continue what they're doing.
Brent Bodkin, GM Kolethras with you live from the Bell Sports Complex. Almost 6.5 minutes, less than 6.5 minutes, remaining to 5 plays here in the second half. 38-33 lead now for the Moretti Crime Family. Let's see if the Silent Ticklers can respond. Benevento gets a snap. He looks to his right. He has Blevins open, the big man. Gain of about 8, maybe 9 yards on the play.
Making Eddie Lee choose there. Vincent Dagenet running a fly to push Justin Lerner back, and then 2 slants out from both Blevins and Adam Rosen there, and just like finding the matchup.
Let's call that again a 7 rather. So second is short now for the Silent Ticklers. If you're Raji Benabdikid, what are you calling right now? Second and short.
Second and short, you want to catch the Moretti Crime Family off their game. I'd love a post from Jordan Panetta with a corner from Adam Rosen, and just seeing where the chips lie here.
There's a pass deep. Definitely. Oh, he had a chance to make that play.
Rosen wide open in the middle of the field. I don't know if Rashi didn't see him or that window was just too tight, that he didn't want to risk it, but third down.
Yeah, Raji letting it go to the right-hand side. Dagenet was open. He got a hand on it. Just not able to corral it in.
Clock's ticking, just under 5 here. So either Silent Ticklers need to score quickly and minimize to hope to get another possession, or like kill as much of the clock as you can here.
3rd and 3 now, facing the Silent Ticklers. Benabdikid gets a snap. Nice slam. Oh, Panetta thought about running before catching the ball.
Yeah, this is a recurring problem right now. This was a key down that they needed to get. Now they're in fourth and 3.
And for all the receivers out there, young and old, I mean, you got to make sure you secure the ball in before you think about yak yards. The most important thing is making the catch before anything else. Blown opportunity there. That would have been a first down and then some.
So
Silent Ticklers.
In a key down situation here, you have to go to who's been making it work for you. I think it's going to be Dan Mancini here straight through.
And they go deep to the sideline. Oh, and that's to Mancini, like you said, GM, but that's out of his reach. Turnover on downs, and that's huge right there. Big stop for the Moretti Crime Family. Can they capitalize now and extend their lead?
Just over his head. I don't know if it was supposed to be a deeper hook or whether it was indeed a fly, but a little bit too far. That matchup was there. We'll see what happens here, but yeah, that's a big one. That might be the difference maker.
You can see the frustration and the body language right now by Raji Ben-Abdicator. He had a man open. Andrew Blevins was open in the flat. He didn't even need to run there. If he would run a simple hook right over the middle, he was wide open. Benevento went right away to the flat. First down now for the MCF. Pass to Cristiano. Well, he breaks a tackle attempt. Can he break another? Finally hauled down. I believe that was
Tyson.
Panetta.
I think got that tackle.
Yeah, you're right. Copeland with the tackle.
Oof. This is tough here now. How efficient Moretti have been throughout the regular season. You've seen them in the playoffs too. You know that they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. You really have to make the most of every play here now.
And now, if you're Joey Taylor, are you trying to melt the clock a little bit to get as close as possible to the 5 plays?
I don't think so. I think that if Moretti score, things really look better in their favor right now, even with the clock winding down. I think that if you can get those points, you take them.
Because Benevento making that pass out of the trips left formation, tackled by Dagenet as well as Copeland.
Yeah, so just over 2 minutes to 5 plays here. Silent Ticklers in a bit of a spot, missing their rusher and having to shuffle guys around, putting them in unfamiliar matchups. It's not looking good.
2:05 exactly remaining here till 5 plays. Can the Silent Ticklers do it again and get yet another stop here in the red zone? Quads left now formation by MCF.
Look for Joel.
Benevento open. Can he get into the end zone?
Yeah,
touchdown!
Yeah. We saw that flag come off, but he had already both the ball and his hips had already crossed the line at that point. That's big. Do you decline the convert at this point? Do you give Moretti the points and try and get the ball back quicker? 11-point game right now. It's a 2-score game, all things considered.
So it looks like they're going to go for the conversion here. It looks like they're going to go for 1.
Rashi Ben-Abdicator on the sidelines talking to the officials. There we go. There's the timeout that we were wondering about.
Yeah, Rashi calling that timeout. And yep, so
yeah, he's doing exactly that. He's conceding the points.
So it's now going to be a 45 or 46-33 lead. We're inside of a minute now. The clock is ticking until 5 plays.
You need a bomb here. Hook and go to Mancini, post to Panetta.
And here is that bomb over the middle. Oh, nice play. Dom Benevento getting a hand on that. That would have been a touchdown to Rosen.
Without a doubt, yeah. Great. I said he has great situational awareness as a receiver. As a defender as well, Dom knew just to put his hand up at that right moment, even though Rosen was just past him, getting the hand on it made all the difference and it disrupted the catch.
Benevento's not that tall. I want to say he's about the same height as me, 5'7". He needed all that 5'7" to get up there and reach to knock that ball away. One matchup, though, GM, I'm looking at is on the left-hand side. At least I don't know if I'm going to run back to it, but Tyson Otis Copeland line up against Eddie Lee.
Yeah, the height, the speed, absolutely. Long time ago now, but in the words of the Bishara brothers, 5'7" is like the ideal flag football height because you have to bend down to get that tackle.
So Silent Ticklers called a timeout. That's why the clock had stopped. That's the final one of the game. Ben-Abdicator now looks over the middle against Blevins. Blevins with a move, but he gets tackled right away. Good tackle.
Yeah, enough for the first down. They've got to hurry up here on the snap. Make sure they can get this, hopefully get this touchdown before the 5 plays. It's got to happen right here, right now. I don't know if it's going to be a wheel or something to get it deep, but someone's got to score on this play for them to have a chance.
Benevento playing cover 1 now all the way back. Blevins over the middle again. Oh, and breaking that tackle was Blevins.
Quick. Rashi rushing everyone to the line. Yeah, let's see what they do. Talking to Panetta. I don't know if we're going to see Panetta on a fade or what. But yeah, Blevins and Panetta were the 2 guys he was talking to there.
And they get the snap off. Here we go, looking to the right. Blevins, and that pass is batted down by Elward.
That's a big rush and a big play by Brent Elward.
Justin Lerner's hurt. I think he collided with Adam Rose, and both players ended up down on the turf. Lerner's slow to get up, though, favoring his left knee.
Joey Taylor hugging guys on the sidelines, all smiles. I think he knows that this one's real close. The odds are not in the favor of the Silent Ticklers right now. They basically have to score and then
force a turnover.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
have to. So Benabdicator now waiting for the ball. So at the 2-yard line, after that pass deflection by Elward. Low snap, Benabdicator gets it, he throws, he has been an open touchdown. So the lead is now 46-39 for MCF.
Rushdie, hands on his hips, trying to figure out what he wants to do, whether they're going to go for 1 or 2. I don't know how much it matters. It's not this play that really even measures up. It's going to be getting that stop. It looks like they're calling it. It looks like they're not going to get it in time.
Yeah, it's true, yeah, because they had called the 5 plays 2 plays ago. And that's how they're ending the game. There are only 3 players remaining. That's why they're blowing the whistle. So with a 46-41 win, the Moretti Crime Family are your Division B champions. What a great game between 2 amazing teams, back and forth. Again, just coming down to a couple mistakes for the Silent Ticklers. There's a reason why they came out on the losing end of this one.
Yeah. Now the question is, Rocco Cristiano, Dom Benevento, who is your finals MVP? I think it's likely to be Rocco, as we were talking, and just seeing how everyone was making these plays throughout the game. But wow, yeah, just a tough one there. I mean, credit to Joey Taylor and that whole team. Having progressed up, like some of they're now winning in premier divisions in FPF. Started at the bottom and just like continued to climb from 2.5 dans to Moretti Crime Family.
So we're gonna kick it down to the president, Raul Campana. He's gonna deliver the trophy and the MVP trophy as well.
All right, guys, here we are. We're on the field, down on the field with the Moretti Crime Family, who are the newly crowned Division B Summer 2022 champions. Congratulations, guys. I'll present the championship trophy to the captain of the team, Joey Taylor. Congrats, Joey. We'll give. We have a banner. We have a banner for you guys as well. Some T-shirts to give out. But the tough one here that Tara is going to present it came down to the final vote between two players who both had a standout game. But the finals MVP goes to Rocco Cristiano. Congrats, Rocco. Great job. Yeah, a quick question, Rocco, for you. So tell us about this team. Joey kind of threw together a band of brothers here.
Honestly, I only knew 2 of these guys before the season. Good. I played 1 season with the Bruins with these 2 right here. And he came sub for us a couple times, and I got invited to play it on team, and it's been a great season, guys.
Awesome. All right.
Thanks.
Congrats, Rocco. Great job. Great job. Back upstairs.
And we're back. So Rocco Cristiano being named the MVP of the game. 4 touchdown receptions for Cristiano. Talk about his impact on the game.
Yeah, and it's not even those 4 touchdowns. It's going to him on key downs. Like some of them even resulted in touchdowns, but just like when when Joey Taylor needed to make a play, whether it was for a first down, whether it was just like taking advantage of the matchups, Rocco Cristiano flew under the radar in the regular season and came up huge for his team in the finals and was a big part of this win for sure.
So again, we talked about earlier the battle between 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Raji Benabdicator and Joey Taylor. Joey Taylor getting the victory here. Just talk about his legacy, if you will.
Yeah, this is not a style of football that sits well with a lot of people. It is phenomenal flag football. It doesn't look pretty, but it gets it done. I'm excited to see. I mean, like, there's been nowhere to go but up. But so I'm thinking next spring at least. Like, I don't know what'll happen in the winter, but next spring I would love to see this team in Division A.
All right, so there you have it once again. The Moretti Crime Family are your Division B champions with a 46-41 victory over the Silent Ticklers. From my broadcast partner, GM Kolethras, I'm Brent Bodkin saying thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for the Division C championship final between the Infantry and the Stoics.